of the best bands I've ever seen live, that is Hot Chip, their new track, Unbroken. Sport on the way, first the news. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Adam Porter. Liz Truss has insisted she's absolutely determined to remain as Prime Minister after she sacked Kwasi Kwarteng as her Chancellor. Jeremy Hunt has now been appointed to the role. Speaking at a news conference, Ms Truss said she'd acted decisively to ensure economic stability.
I want to be honest. This is difficult. But we will get through this storm and we will deliver the strong and sustained growth that can transform the prosperity of our country for generations to come.
Labour's Shadow Work and Pensions Secretary Jonathan Ashworth told BBC News he thought Liz Truss was blaming the former Chancellor for her own mistakes.
Let's be clear what has just happened. Liz Truss has sacked her Chancellor for carrying out the policies of Liz Truss. A set of policies that led to turmoil on the markets, which led to a run on pension funds and soaring mortgage rates for homeowners across the country. On average, £500 more on a mortgage per month for many people. What is clear now is that we have a government in meltdown.
In other news, police investigating the murder of Leah Croucher have named Neil Maxwell, a convicted sex offender who died 3 years ago, as the murder suspect. Unidentified remains and personal items belonging to 19-year-old Leah Croucher were found at a property in Milton Keynes earlier this week. Thames Valley Police say Mr Maxwell was the only person who had keys to the property at the time of her disappearance. The Red Cross says it has repeatedly tried to reach a Russian prison camp in eastern Ukraine, but warned it cannot get to the site without cooperation from Moscow. Kiev says observers need to reach the Olenivka prison because human lives are at stake. A Red Cross spokesman, Ewan Watson, said its teams were on standby were Russia to allow a visit.
Our teams are ready on the ground and have been ready for months to visit the Olenivka penal facility and any other location where POWs are held. However, beyond being granted access by high levels of authority, we cannot access by force a place of detention or internment where we have not been admitted.
2 protesters wearing Just Stop Oil T-shirts have been arrested after throwing tomato soup over Vincent van Gogh's famous Sunflowers painting at the National Gallery in London. The museum says the picture was covered by glass and therefore not harmed. Royal Mail has announced it could axe up to 10,000 jobs by next year, blaming ongoing strike action by postal workers contributing to financial losses. The Communication Workers Union says the redundancies are due to gross mismanagement. A leading teachers' union is to ballot its members for strike action after rejecting a 5% pay rise. They say real-term pay cuts are fueling the teacher recruitment and retention crisis. The Department for Education is yet to comment. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 4.
Why, thank you, Adam Porter. I do declare it's time for the sport. Hello, Shabnam.
Hello, OJ. Chelsea manager Graham Potter says Reece James will see a specialist about his knee injury to get more information about whether the England defender could be a doubt for the World Cup. He was injured during their win at AC Milan in the Champions League earlier this week.